Making a hand off Stockton. Goes back to pass. Throws long. Down to the left side to Zeno. Coleman. Zeno has it down the far side. He goes to the 2-yard line. And he's pulled down to 2. Great catch by Coleman Zeno.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. Boy, I tell you what, those Aaron Rodgers rumors, I think they're simmering down a little bit by now. Last I saw today, anyway, was one. Apparently, the Denver Broncos were possibly trying to get Aaron Rodgers. They were like, the team in the lead right now. I guess trying to get Aaron Rodgers' services. Now the Russell Wilson. I mean, those rumors they've been going for a little while now. Although, in the future, who knows, right? We do have the draft capital. Next year, we can maybe lure somebody in. But as far as like with Aaron Rodgers, like trying to maybe get him right now for this year, it just seems like they're trying to build with Judge. They're trying to build, long term for the future. Bring young guys in. And it sure would be cool, wouldn't it, to turn on the set opening day this year. Hopefully it's against the Eagles in Philadelphia, and we kick their ass like 37-3 or something like that. Sure would be cool to just turn the TV on, see Aaron Rodgers break the huddle, look over the Eagles defense, got the Giants wide receivers out there, Saquon in the backfield, Aaron Rodgers three yard. Throwing dimes all over the field. Wouldn't that be cool? It's, I don't know. We'd have to give up probably 3 first rounds, even for next year. I mean, if things don't work out with Daniel Jones, if you're going to try to get the services of one of these guys, it's probably going to take your first 2 picks, first 2 first round picks next year, maybe the one in 2023 as well. And you might even have to throw in a player like to get, if we were going to do it with Rodgers. We might have to give him 3 first rounders and maybe Saquon. Or, they might want a player in return as well. So you're going to have to give up a lot. You're going to get a lot, but you're going to have to give up a lot. Plus, the other thing is that, Aaron Rodgers, this year he'll be 38. He won the MVP being a 37-year-old, so he's special, right? But this year coming up, he'll be 38, but he's making $37 million. The next year, if you take over his contract, he's going to be 39. He's going to be making $40 million. I mean, you're going to have to start unload some salary. I mean, and then the following year, I think his salary drops down to $28 million when he's 40 years old. But I mean, these next 3 years for Daniel Jones, his 3rd, his 4th, and if you sign him for the 5th, you got him on the cheap for the next 3 years. And instead of bringing in a veteran superstar, which Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers would certainly be, but you'd have to unload some guys. I mean, if now all of a sudden you $30 million, above what you're supposed to be able to spend, you have to dump $30 million. You're not going to let 30 players go making $1 million apiece. No, you got to start letting go, some big time player. Who are you going to let go? I mean, you let go of Leo the Lion. I mean, but somebody's got to take him. You're going to get rid of James Bradbury. Man, he was awesome. You gotta let go of Martinez. I mean, you let go of Martinez, okay, but then you got to let go of somebody else. You might have to let go of Martinez and Bradbury. Or try to get rid of Thomas. I mean, he's making a nice amount of more. Saquon, Thomas, and I mean, you're gonna have to get rid of some studs on your team. So I mean, not only that, right? For either Wilson or Rodgers, you're gonna have to get rid of some studs. Yeah, as I said, you can't get rid of. Oh, we'll just get rid of 30 guys on our team making $1 million. No, because then you have to replace those guys with guys who are making almost about $1 million. So you got to get rid of some studs on your team. So you're losing probably 3 first-round picks, and you're going to be losing some some real good players on your team, for the services of a quarterback, for maybe a few years. As I said, Rodgers is going to be 38 this year. Now, but also the one biggest question mark of all is what we don't know. Judge and Gettleman and all of them, they're gambling. They think they know, but we don't know. How's our offensive line going to be? Do you want to get the services of Aaron Rodgers if you don't have an offensive line that can block? You want to spend give up 3 first-round picks, 2 or 3 outstanding guys on your team, and find out that Rodgers is running for his life the whole year because we can't block? Do you want to do that? Let me give you. Let me show you. Right, and it has to do Russell Wilson's future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers' future Hall of Famer. Let me give you an example of a Hall of Fame quarterback. At the time, he was a future Hall of Fame quarterback. 1967. All right, little history here for you. We traded with the Vikings for Fran Tarkenton, who was going to be a future Hall of Fame quarterback. We gave away our first round and our second round pick in 67. Our first round and our second round pick in 68 to get Fran Tarkenton. He was with us for 5 years, from 67 to 71. We had 1 year we had a winning record. 1970, we were 9-5. That year, Ron Johnson ran for 1,000 yards. The last game of the season against the Rams, he got over 1,000 yards. That year, we were 9-5. All the other years, we did not have a winning record. 67, we were 7-7. 68, we were 7-7. 69, we were 6-8. And his last year with us, when Johnson was hurt, Tucker Fredrickson was hurt a bunch. We had no running game, and we had no offensive line. We were 4-10. We had 1 year we had a good running game, 1970. The other 4 years we couldn't block. We had no running game whatsoever. Fran Tarkenton was running for his life the whole time, and he could not get us to even a playoff. He got us to 1 winning season. And if you look at highlights, anytime he drops back the pass, it's like he's almost running for his life because we could not block. We could not run. We could not win. And we had a future Hall of Fame quarterback. And that might be the same situation here. There was no salary cap back then, so they wouldn't have to dump a whole bunch of players to get them. But we would have to do that now. But I'm just trying to show you. And Fran Tarkenton was only in his, I believe, 7th season when we first got him. So he was in the prime. He wasn't old. All right. First 6 years with the Vikings, 5 years with the Giants, and he had another 6 years with the Vikings after that. So when we got him in 67, that was his 7th year. So he could move. All right. So he wasn't 38 years old like Aaron Rodgers will be this year. So do you want to spend all that money, all those draft picks, and lose a bunch of guys if we can't block for them? Now, with Daniel Jones, all right, let me just give you a few good points, a few bad points, like at the end of the season, okay? Do we keep him or do we not? Now, let's go back to his first season, all right? 24 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions. There was a couple games there where he put the team on his back, and we didn't have a lot of, awesome weapons. He put the team on his back, and he got us a victory, like against the Bucs in his first game, right? At the 7-yard line, 4th down, right? He calls the play, steps back into the pocket, the sea parts, and he's like Moses. He runs the daylight, right? And runs in the end zone, gets a touchdown. Or against the Washington Redskins in that overtime game, 41-35, right? Hits Caden Smith with a 3-yard touchdown pass in overtime, right? He pulled that out in overtime, right? A couple times he put us on his back and got us the victory, right? This last year here, there was a few times, like against the Bears, we had the ball, we're down by 4 points, last minute or so of the game. If we got in the end zone, we win. Couldn't do it. I mean, it's a good defenses out too. Same thing with the Rams. We're down by 8 points at the end of the game. Had the ball. We're marching down. We get a touchdown and 2-point conversion. We tie it. We send it overtime. Couldn't get it done. Against the Bucs, good defense. We marched down the field, got the touchdown, got within 2. complete the 2-point conversion pass, and we tie it, maybe send it in overtime, maybe win. Couldn't get it done. Good play on the, I forgot who the defensive player was. Maybe it was pass interference for the Buccaneers, maybe. He made a play. Good job for, I forgot who the defensive player was, but good job for him. But it seemed like he waited an instant or so before he got let go of the ball. If he threw it a little sooner, I think the ball would have been there in time. Maybe we catch it, get 2-point conversion. Now, the thing is that, first year he put the team on his back a couple times and got the win. This year he just couldn't seem to do it. Now, some of it is also like, you can't say it's just his first year in the system. Pat Shermer was calling plays first year in the system too, his rookie year. He's a rookie. Throws for 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. This year, he's a second-year player, first year in Jason Garrett's system, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So is it maybe Daniel Jones, or is it who's calling the plays? That's something you got to weigh out there too. Another thing you got to look at too is that, sometimes, with what Daniel Jones may not be quite doing and may not be able to do is take what he has, whatever I got, and make the best out of it. If you got to load the guy up every year with like 6, 7, 8 weapons to hopefully we win some ball games, we might be in some trouble. Honest to God. So we're going to be in trouble. Now, I like the weapons we got this year, but if we have to keep bringing weapons in every year, like what we got right now, to hopefully win some ball games, we might be in some trouble, right? Let me give you an example here. Gardner Minshew Mania, right? Same draft year as Daniel Jones. Gardner Minshew was taken in the 6th round. Daniel Jones was taken in the 1st round. Pick 6. 6th pick, right? But Daniel Jones is, 8 and 18? I think he is. Gardner Minshew is 7 and 13. Okay? Gardner Minshew completed his 2 years, 6.9 yards pass attempt. Daniel Jones, 6.6. Daniel Jones sacked 83 times in 26 games, 3.19 times a game. Gardner Minshew played 20 games, sacked 60 times. He sacked 3 times a game. Pretty much the same. A lot of things are the same. Gardner Minshew's thrown for 5,500 yards in 20 games. Daniel Jones has thrown for about 400 more, but he's played 6 more games. Daniel Jones has thrown for 35 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. Gardner Minshew, with less talent, okay? They were 1 and 15 last year. They stunk. Gardner Minshew, in his 2 years in the NFL, has thrown for 37 touchdowns, 2 more than Daniel Jones. And he's thrown for only 11 interceptions. Daniel Jones thrown for twice as many interceptions. Sometimes, if Gardner Minshew's done more with less. Not saying Gardner Minshew is the answer. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is the answer either. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you got to load a guy up with talent every year to hope get us to win some games, we might be in some trouble, brother. And especially if our offensive line can't hold up, we might be in some trouble. Now, Daniel Jones has done some amazing things. Also, his first year, the only player in NFL history, quarterback, to throw his rookie season, throw for 3 touchdowns, 3 times in a game, 3 games, throw for 3 or more touchdowns, no interceptions, and 300 yards. No other quarterback in NFL history has done that. So we got some decisions to make. Is it him? Look what he can do. He said the quarterback. No other quarterback's ever done that. But also look what Gardner Minshew's kind of outplayed him. Not very impressive. Now is it the play calling? Pat Shermer, bad coach, good play caller. With Pat Shermer there, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. You got Jason Garrett calling plays. 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Well, is it the play caller? Is it the lack of weapons? Is it the quarterback? They got some, Now, if Daniel Jones ain't the answer and they're going to go for somebody else next year, well, we got the picks. We might have to get rid of some players. But we want to give Daniel Jones at least one more year to see what he can do. All right, but I said next year in the draft, or we got those 2 firsts. I don't think there's any Trevor Lawrence next year, but we there's two first rounds. We can maybe move up and maybe grab a quarterback, or especially if the Bears stink this year, and they're picking in the top 10. Definitely might be able to move down, way down, and pick a quarterback. Or as I said, if Aaron Rodgers is still having problems in Green Bay, if he's still there, or Russell Wilson, maybe we can get one of those guys. But right now, I think it's a little bit out of the question. I think we're going, giving Daniel Jones a season, see what he can do, and let the chips fall where they may. And when smoke clears and the dust settles and all that stuff, and the season's over with, we'll make our decision from there. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there, and go Giants! Woo!